using antibacterial products. So our next speaker is an expert in that area and will take us down that path. Welcome.
Good afternoon. How are you? Good afternoon. Thanks. The nature is the perfectly arranged system. Being part of this arrangement, each and every natural organism has the point of existence, contributing to the perfection of the system. Phages eliminate bacteria. They do it with a jeweler's accuracy, without harming anything else. We use phage technology simply to make the world a healthier place. Here's the team. I'm Rati Golijashvili. I'm the CEO. I have a mixed background in business and healthcare. I'm at the same time head of sales and marketing department in the largest phage company in Georgia, Biochem Farm. Together with my team, we have developed the world's first phage sprayer to fight throat and nose infections, increasing sales by 450%. Alexander Golijashvili, CTO, is one of a few phage experts in the world with over 30 years of experience in the field, and founder and the CEO of Biochem Farm. Marina Zuliashvili is R&D. He's a phage researcher with over 25 years of experience in the field. We are team behind Biochem Farm. It is the largest biopharmaceutical company in Georgia focused on manufacturing and research of phage pharmaceutical products. Probably all of you have heard about antibiotic resistance. Antibiotic resistance is the ability of bacteria to evolve and gain immunity towards antibiotics. Fortunately, here in Georgia, we have the available alternative to it. Bacteriophages, or simply phages, are the most abundant naturally occurring organism on Earth. They are everywhere. Even in this room, there are millions of bacteriophages, and human body contains billions of them. They are natural enemies of bacteria. They eat bacteria for breakfast, and here's how they do it. They attach to their cell wall and inject their DNA inside bacteria, turning bacteria into a phage multiplier factory. After replication, phages burst open bacteria and continue to search for their victims. Let's compare antibiotics to phages. Antibiotics are non-specific, have side effects, and have very high levels of resistance. Phages are specific, have no side effects, and have very small levels of resistance. Phages has been used for treatment and prevention of bacterial infections for over 90 years in Georgia, in Soviet Union. Today they are sold as OTC drugs for pharmacies, and they are used to treat bacterial infections in infants and pregnant women. It works. This is the unit sales, annual sales of Biochem Farm. You would probably ask, why phages are not available globally and in Georgia, in the US, sorry. Because it is America's blind spot. Since in the US, in the USSR and in Georgia, there were no antibiotics, the existing phage technology has been developed over the 70 years, and this technology was confidential. Today, it is very hard to overcome FDA barrier because there are regulation differences here in Georgia and in the US, but phages still are used as supplements, as additives, and they are used for food safety, and they are generally recognized as safe. Today, INNOPHAGE makes this revolutionary technology globally available by disrupting nutraceuticals market. The first problem we are addressing is traveler's diarrhea. Traveler's diarrhea is the most common travel-associated disease. It affects from 30 to 70% of all travelers, and in 90% it is caused by harmful bacteria. Introducing TravelPhage, a new class of prebiotics, it eliminates harmful bacteria, at the same time enhancing the growth of beneficial ones. And it is also tested by a Silicon Valley trainer, which visited us 1 week ago, and as I know, it was helpful. Those are just 2 products of our portfolio. We are working on other products too. So we'll be selling online from our webpage and also from local e-commerce stores like Amazon. We'll be targeting travelers who prefer natural and safe alternative to chemical ones with no side effects and contraindications to cure and prevent travelers' diarrhea. We'll be using digital marketing, Google Ads, SEO, travel-related blogs like TripAdvisor, social media promotion, and etc. But this is just the beginning. We see INNOPHAGE in every airport, in every railway station, in every major city, selling from dispensers. Our competition, we have a few competitors, and fewer of them are able to mass manufacture any kind of phage products. And fewer of them are focused on nutraceuticals market. So here's the financials. We'll be spending $45,000 on branding, online shop building, and lab testing. We need $600,000 for clinics and marketing. We expect the revenue to be $30 million within 3 years. Annually, we receive hundreds of customer inquiries, and here's one of them from the United States. So, who's going to join us to make this amazing technology globally available and make the world a healthier place? Thank you.
Good job, Marcus. Good job.
So this is an area that I actually very much like. I won't tell you. Well, I'm reading a book right now about the population of bacteria in the gut, the microbiome, and I'm a student of that world personally. I'm curious, sort of the big weak spot in America is the ability to make medical claims. The famous line that we see on all packaging is this product has not been tested to treat any blah, 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 blah. How do you get around that and not sort of repeat the what was the one, the vitamin, the airborne? The airborne disaster a few years ago.
Could you please repeat the question?
How do you get around like the disaster where you're claiming to be able to do something?
Yes.
You have a targeted product that targets a certain type of bacteria and not all bacteria, and you're claiming to get rid of travelers' diarrhea. Is that possible?
Do you have
claim
data
that
from your current?
We have several clinical trials for therapeutic effectiveness conducted in the Middle Asia, and also there are hundreds of clinical trials conducted in the Soviet era. We don't have the full clinical trials, but we are
But with those trials, can you reference those trials in a market that's more regulated like the United States?
Unfortunately,
No.
I think it would be difficult.
Yeah.
We are conducting nowadays, clinical trials here and also in the Middle Asia, but that's the secret sauce of this project. We are not claiming for killing and curing resistant bacteria. We are just making this technology globally available by disrupting nutraceuticals market. It is not pharmaceutical product. And we are saying that if you take this pill, you will prevent and significantly decrease the percentage of disease.
See, you can't say that though in America. I don't think you can. I don't think
you can sell it as a nutraceutical, but you can't make those
I
claims.
think we can say that significantly decrease.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's just an interesting question. I don't know the answer, but it's an interesting question.
What's the name of the bacteria that causes Montezuma's revenge?
Montezuma's revenge.
There are several of them, but three the most are E. coli, Shigella, and Campylobacter jejuni.
And so you have 3 separate pages for...
There are several, and they include those ones.
And what impact does your product have on the overall population of the microbiome?
Pardon?
What impact does your product have on the overall population of bacteria in the gut?
Does it affect good bacteria as well as bad,
No,
or just bad?
it only targets
It's targeted.
harmful bacteria. It is tested in vitro, and we also need this money to conduct a new lab test and clinical trials.
I was just a tiny bit confused about the company. So is INNOPHAGE a new company using these technologies and bringing them to market, or did it already exist?
Thank you for that question. Company Biochem Farm is focused on existing company focused on manufacturing pharmaceutical products.
Okay.
INNOPHAGE is a new company which is focused on nutraceuticals market. It's different. It is supplement, and this is Biochem Farm is pharmaceutical, medical.
So
And what is their relationship?
The relationship is that our team is behind Biochem Farm, and we created new company, INNOPHAGE.
It's independent?
Independently, but
You left?
no. We are the same. We are at at Bioking Farm and also in INNOPHAGE.
So why start
That's
a new
not good.
company? Why are you
No,
starting a
that's
new
not good.
company?
Because we want to separate
Why?
these directions. Because our team in Bioking Farm doesn't want to produce supplements. The strategy is to be focused on pharmaceutical products and not to intervene with supplements. And that's why we created
But
another.
then they should be really separate. You should have separate people and,
So in our world, at least in Silicon Valley, we would never do this because you're already working on the new product,
Yes.
and it hasn't split yet. And when new investors come in for INNOPHAGE, they're going to want to know what intellectual property do they own and what is owned by the old company. And so it seems unlikely that you would get new investors until you identify what goes with the new company and what stays with the old company.
yes, and what percentage of
including
your
the people.
time and your people, yes.
We'll be manufacturing, contract manufacturing our products in Bioking Farm exclusively. It will be double blinding contract.
Rodney, the point we're trying to make is ultimately, remember last week I talked about why startups fail, and I
Yep.
said lack of focus. So we as investors look at, you're going to ultimately have to make a decision that you will be 150% focused on this business and have clear definitions of how the intellectual property rights split between the two. It's okay if there's some equity ownership in your parent company, but you and your team cannot stay working on both because it's lack of focus. So near term, as I said last week, very early, it's okay because you're incubating, but very soon, if you come to raise capital in Silicon Valley, you will have to be prepared to answer those two questions affirmatively. Isolation of IP, isolation of team, no conflict of interest, okay?
Is there a legal reason why the old company can't sell?
No,
So it's just that you want to have a separate company?
no, there's no reason. It is just separation of strategies, and that's
Okay.
all. And I see the future of Bioking Farm in this project also. I can enter the global market with nutraceuticals and also develop medical market with this business, and that's the point.
Very good.
Can the master company finance this first stage, 25,000? Is this the okay.
$45,000 is needed for branding, online shop, and lab testing. And I'm looking for, I want to gain $600,000 for second stage.
His question was, can't the company that you were with before, can't that company finance this separately? Why raise capital from the outside?
From the outside. Probably, I'm personally investing $10,000s in this project.
Got it.
Oh, the answer may be the focus of the parent. They don't
But they
yet
could be an
comprehend the portfolio risk concept. That could come in the future. Okay, great, Rodney. Thank you.
Thank you.